so many blood vessels in your body that if they took them all out and they strung them all together like that, they would wrap around the earth 2 times.
That makes no sense.
No, it makes sense. I mean, you know, because they're so long. I mean, they're very, very thin and tiny, but very, very long. So, you know, it's possible. It's just hard to imagine. And don't try it.
Oof.
So we talk about Tongdang.
Movie?
Any particular movie?
Well, I got the 1980s.
The 1980s kind. What 1980s movie do you want to talk about?
Like the one like... The over.
What?
You just know.
What?
Forget what I said.
What?
Just forget what I said.
What? No, today we are talking about Canadian history. Learning stuff.
Rizky.
So, we're Canadians, we're in Canada. What can you say about the history of Canada? Tell me something.
Well, like, we actually had, at like when we first began, we only had bows and arrows and spears, or like spears.
Well,
and like a different country was like trading guns. We would trade animal fur.
Now, the early people of Canada, call them the Aboriginal people, they were here first. They were here for a long time. You know, they came originally from Asia or Europe, but that was many tens of thousands of years before they met the Europeans. Okay, so the Europeans came, and they were the ones with the guns. What were they doing here?
So they trade guns because we like had so many animals, and they would trade us guns for like their animal skin, and we agreed.
Why did they want this fur? Didn't they have any fur where they came from?
No.
No.
But they also love fur. Or like wool.
What?
Like
Wool or wool?
like wool.
Wool?
Yeah.
They had wool.
They didn't have
Did you say wool or wool?
like the soft stuff.
Yeah, wool.
That comes on animals.
Sheep.
Yeah. But it's like foxes and other animals.
Why are we talking about wool?
They like it.
Who?
European.
They like wool. And they thought wool was in Canada? And then they got here and it's like, hey, yo, where's the wool? So, they get to Canada. They find wool?
No.
Why not?
Okay, they do.
What?
They do find wool because the Canadians have so much animals.
They had sheep?
No.
Why not?
Well, they only got it like from the wild animals.
Ah, very good. So here in Canada at the time there were only wild animals. There were lots of wild animals.
Like foxes.
What?
Like foxes.
Yes, foxes and bears and deer and beavers and da-da-da-da-da-da.
And bunnies.
And bunnies. Lots of bunnies. So the Europeans were quite excited because they were very fur hungry, and it's like, hey, we got some good stuff here. We did learn also about the fur industry, didn't we? How do they catch an animal?
They used like a thing to like hinge their leg, and this is something that's pretty crazy. The animal tries to bite off its own leg to get out of danger.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's just crazy.
It's crazy. It's nasty. Imagine
And
if you had to bite off your own leg. That wouldn't be fun, would it?
But now unlike these ages, we just call the police.
What?
We just call 911 if we get like stuck in a bear trap or something.
Who? A bear?
Us.
Us?
Yeah.
You're gonna call 911 if you get stuck in a bear trap.
No, no, no!
Now the point is, it's very cruel, and it still goes on today. But nonetheless, it was this kind of natural resource interest that brought the Europeans to not only Canada but to the United States and all of the Americas. There was lots of trees, like I said, trees and water and gold. There was minerals and gold, which was also something people, especially the Spanish, they loved the gold. Those guys, they were just like.
Did Canada have gold?
Canada has gold in places. There's gold.
And they would always and they would just trade.
Well, no, because the Canadians didn't mine or have the gold. Now, other parts of the Americas did have lots of gold, and they were mining gold. But the Spanish just went in and they didn't trade it. They just killed people and took it. Because that's the nasty thing that they did at that time.
What?
But the Spanish don't do stuff like that anymore. They're pretty good now. How did people travel in early Canada?
They walk.
They walk, but there's a lot of space to cover. Like it's big. Canada's big. They take a taxi.
At that time, there wasn't any taxi.
Bus.
It was not in there.
Train.
No.
Jet.
No.
Remember, I told you about the word portage.
Portage.
So this is something that the voyageurs and those fur trader guys, this is something they did. They used to take a canoe.
And they put it on their heads, and then they place it on the water, and they travel by the river.
That's right. And horses, because there were no horses in the Americas at the time. The horses came over with the Europeans. What do you think was good about having horses if you're in Canada?
You can ride them.
That's right. So you don't have to walk, and you don't have to, stick a canoe on your head and stuff, right? Because that's rough.
This sucks.
Yeah, but I wonder if they go like crazy.
The horses.
Or they go crazy like fast.
Well, horses are pretty controlled animals. If they weren't, we probably wouldn't use them for riding. Oh. That's